me ask you something uncomfortable. If you woke up tomorrow and your job title was gone, who would you be? Not what would you do next, not how would you pay your bills. I mean, at your core, who would you be? Because here's what nobody is talking about in the middle of all this AI noise. It's not the people who've lost their jobs who are struggling most now. It's the people who still have them. High achievers, strong performers, people who, by every external measure, are doing fine, but underneath the surface, quietly, privately, they're asking a question that keeps them up at night. If a machine can do what I do, what does that actually say about me? I've previously talked about how you shouldn't fear AI, and I'll leave a link to the video in the description, but this one's different. I've been coaching for over a decade, and in the last year, something has shifted in the conversations I'm having. People aren't coming to me saying, I've been replaced. They're coming to me saying something far more unsettling. I feel like I could be, and I don't know who I am without this. That's not a career problem, that's an identity problem. And it's one of the most widespread and least talked about crises of our time. People who are still employed, still performing, still delivering results, but underneath all of that, quietly asking themselves, is this still me? Am I still relevant? What am I actually worth? Researchers at the University of Florida have given this a clinical name, AI replacement dysfunction, or AIRD. Symptoms include anxiety, insomnia, loss of purpose, and what they describe as deep identity confusion. Not because people have lost their jobs, but because the threat of losing them has been enough to shake people's sense of self to the core. And I want to be clear, this isn't weakness, this is deeply human. Because here's the truth most productivity gurus won't tell you. We were never taught to separate who we are from what we do. From the moment we entered school, our value was measured by output, grades, results, performance, and that followed us into our careers, titles, promotions, salaries. Slowly, without realising it, we stopped having an identity and started being one. So when something comes along that can replicate your output, faster, cheaper, without ever needing a day off, it doesn't just threaten your role. It threatens your answer to the most fundamental question a person can ask themselves. Am I enough beyond what I produce? The philosopher Alan Watts said it decades ago. We are living in a culture entirely hypnotised by the illusion that your value is what you produce. He said that long before AI existed. But right now in 2026, those words are never cut deeper. So here's the reframe I want you to offer today. Your job is something you do, it's not something you are. And I know that sounds simple, but sit with it for a moment. Because most high achievers, if they're honest, have never truly separated the two. So how do you start? Step 1, audit your identity honestly. Ask yourself, if you stripped away your job title, your salary, your LinkedIn profile, what remains? What do you value? What do you believe? What kind of person do you show up as in the relationships have nothing to do with work? Write it down. Not what you do, who you are, because you cannot rebuild what you haven't first acknowledged. Step 2, find your irreplaceable essence. Underneath every job title is a set of human qualities that no algorithm can replicate. Your ability to read a room, to hold space for someone in pain, to inspire a team that's lost its way, to make a person feel genuinely seen and understood. These are not skills listed on a CV, they are the texture of who you are, shaped by every experience, every failure, every relationship you've ever navigated. Ask yourself, what do I bring to situations that have nothing to do with my job description? That's your essence, and it's yours alone. Step 3, invest in becoming, not just doing. The people who thrive in this era are not those who can outperform a machine. They're the ones who know most deeply who they are beyond performance. Curiosity, wisdom, compassion, the ability to sit with uncertainty and still move forward. These qualities don't come from training program. They come from a life fully lived, from loss, from growth, from choosing to reflect rather than just react. Which means the most powerful investment you can make right now has nothing to do with learning a new tool or mastering a new platform. It's knowing yourself deeply, clearly, unapologetically. Viktor Frankl, who rebuilt his entire sense of self in the most unimaginable of circumstances, wrote, "Everything can be taken from a man but one thing, the last of the human freedoms, to choose one's attitude in any given set of circumstances." AI is changing the circumstances. That's real, that's already happening. But who you choose to become in response to it, that is yours entirely and only yours. So here's what I want you to leave you with. You are not your output, you are not your title, you're not the tasks you complete between 9 to 5. You're the sum of your values, your relationships, your choices, and the version of yourself you're still becoming. No model, however sophisticated, can replicate that. Because it can't live a life, it can't love someone, it can't sit across from another human being and say, I've been there too. And here's what I learned. That is yours, and that has always been yours. The question isn't whether AI is coming, it is. The question is whether you know who you are when it arrives. I'd love to hear from you in the comments how much of your identity is tied to what you do. And what's one quality that you have that has nothing to do with your job title? Because that conversation, that moment of honest self-reflection might be the most important thing you do this week. Now, if this resonated, please do give it a like and share it with someone who also may find it useful. I'd love to know what you think about it. And until next time, I'm Dr. Rakish Rana, the Clear Coach.